balance, old and substantia, nigra, and why we should not use it. You know, it's basically a balance of shamans. That's what it is. That's what life is. Life is a balance of shamans. Because shamans are so powerful. Because if you know basically that this is imaginational, you become so damn powerful. You become so powerful that like it becomes dangerous. It becomes dangerous because you can like change the conditions of the weather. And whether or not like it's your donut. Now this is why maybe sometimes you have to get dirty to get clean again. If you get that phrase. Now we could also talk about, what's, pedagogy? I don't think so. We could talk about consciousness. Because, consciousness is here to, keep the balance. That's what it is. Why? Because life and the balance rise to the challenge. Because like I told you, I know that I am very powerful. And this is what, in the future, the Umbrella Academy of Wizards is going to be. Now, and it will always be imaginational. It will always be an image and homage to myself, the circus. Because sure, we have to somehow, what do we have to do? And this is why, I also adapt to the standards that we have. And I'm reaching out my hand, although sometimes I have to clean it because it smells like piss. That's not cool. But I'm reaching out my hand to other shamans. But know how to play together to get to ether, like I told you, I know how powerful I am. I know that. But this is why, it has to be playful, it has to be free, it should make fun, and it definitely should be secure. And this is what the Umbrella Academy of Wizards is going to be. Now, because you can dress nice, and it's you. I'm not there yet, but I can show you what I am. I'm actually miles ahead from probably everybody because I've hard traveled in myself. You think that's not possible, but I did it. Now, I show you, that's dangerous here. I'll show you what I do, what I am. If you can read this one here, I'm a pioneer. With what I speak about. And does it mean that you have to do it like I do? Like I say? No. But it's probably like that you, if you would drink your urine and if you would get more sunlight, you could probably connect yourself more to nature. And obviously we live in these cities, and I repeat myself, that's stupid. So, you know, Academy of Wizards, get an umbrella, because you know why? If you are retarded, means you're late. But actually, if you're very late, the bomb could be even bigger. Now, if you're retarded, you wear a helm. I don't wear a helm, but I get an umbrella, because you might think it's utopia what I speak about. But, you know, find a balance with the umbrella. Might be cool, huh? So, Umbrella Academy of Wizards, to use more of your brain, or to use less of your brain. To switch. Which? Now, if you start to hear voices, you basically only have like clean or clear senses. And in this game, like, this is probably what it is, you know? But everything changes according to the state of my mind. And not my mind, but your mind. So, but yeah, this is, you know, I don't know why I have it, but certainly, like, do others see me the way I see me? Do others see the world as I see it? And why does it have such a strong effect of what I speak about? And why is it like working? Because it's probably true. And this is why I can tell you, this is because of resonance. This is because of cymatics. Because of sound shapes. And this is basically what imaginational magic through alchemy is. You know, and I look like, I don't know, a Swedish circus director. But is it a freak show? I really don't think so. I would say it's an approach to balance out all forces. And the forces are the rainbow, the elements, the angles of your mind. So if you would do that, you're a loser, right? You lose something, but you will get probably an image. And this is what magic is. It sounds so abstract, maybe, but you know, also, like I said, cut back the powers, because from my point of view, balance is the key. If you don't have balance, you know, you would become an, I don't know, the most powerful magician on earth, who's protecting the world against dark forces. But if you would know about like spirals and cyclones and cycluses and wash the tiger, you know, spirits and animal spirits. Hey, everything is mind. Everything is like what you perceive with your senses. And it seems like I'm so powerful because I've, like, I don't know, maybe my senses are shit. My senses are so crazy that I start to do something that is of one thing. And see, this is what when we would talk about the matrix, Neo, and which is an anagram for one, or your neocortex, and like I said, substantia nigra, and then people will tell you, oh, that's basically Nazi things. Like, I could decode that shit for you. If I would be the body of the life force, which I don't claim to be, but I don't know, it seems to be that. In this matrix grid, my central nervous system, which is flowing through my body, would have a point, which is basically a hole, which then maybe is filled with white things, and that's what fluoride basically does. If you have too much melanin, too much melanocytes in your nervous system, because you're like a cable guy, that's basically black magic. See, and this is why you would cover that, and you would know on what kind of edge you are. You would know on what kind of edge you are, where you would like to be. Now, this is why I'm really in love with the 4 hours, but also, I'm turning black. That's not good, but maybe it is. I don't know. Yeah, you get to the next stage. So, and basically, sun is coming up. So, know your powers, but know when to use them. Like I said, shamans are timekeepers. They keep time to themselves because they know they emit time. Oh, there was a stretch limo. Stretch the limo, Nade. See, and this when things also become beautiful, and you basically gaze into the sun, and you would fill the hole with light. And this is why if you get to that powerful state, it's a two-way, basically chaotic exchange of energy. That's what the Umbrella Academy of Wizards is. Because like order through chaos is basically freedom. And then like structure it in a degree which might be good for everybody. But see, this like it's an interest of of me. But why can I why does it seem to be that I can work, not play, but work with the forces of nature? Because I have a pure heart. My heart is pure. And my heart is so pure that I would eat everything, but I could also fast. Because if you are the body of the life force and you would fast, what would happen? It would happen that things start to, maybe become more natural, or they just starve. They go away. So this is and this is not this is not for me, but it's for you. So if you would know that what you ingest is what you support. Now, if you support that, it alters your states of consciousness, and it also has this effect. And this has something to do with my, specific type of training with Falun Gong, Smaitawi, Kalari Payatu, fantastic animal spirits. It seems like you love animals, and you're a circus show director. Like, I don't want to annoy humans with that shit. But basically, should there be intergalactical warfares between spirits? Now, this is why balance out all these different groups, these beings. But seems like natural order. Nature is sometimes very rude. It's very brutal. Because in the nature of some beings, it lays that they are just they are just but they are not. No, because if I would like speak them into existence, I could create a universe where they just live in harmony together. You know, harmony. See, this is why it's so paradox, but it's not. So, because you know, you have aggressions in your body, and your aggressions are basically venom, the poison, like snake oil, like piss, basically. And if you would use that to heal, you could also, you know, become like a snake. You become like so powerful Kundalini that, I mean, everything changes. But where is the balance? Where is the balance? You know, evolve, but also, you know, keep the balance. Love to evolve and keep the balance. Because like only black, I mean, God, let me tell you, I was so dark. And as you will see, you know, like my conditions change because it seems like I have like so much of that. But this is why you have to learn to control it. You know, you have to control it. You have a high focus. Like shout out to them 4 hours to High Focus Records. They always support me when I become crazy. And it seems like, you know, why sometimes I feel like I do harm to my colleagues at work. Sometimes I feel like I do harm to my girlfriend. Sometimes I feel I do harm to my family. Because change is only change. I mean, no, it's not. Change occurs magically. But magic is, I mean, magic is sometimes very brutal. For the better? I mean, yeah. It's, you know, anyway, if you would be only the physical, if you would be only the spiritual, if you would be both, if you would become a wizard or a shaman, maybe there's even something greater than a shaman, but from my point of view, I don't know. But, you know, it's always about this balancing act of powers. You know, if you would claim, you know, you could tell your children everything and they would believe it. Why? Because they are like a free memory device. It's the essence. Time for the lessons. Listen up, it's in 4 hours here. Speaking out of me. When I was in the school, I was feeling like flip tricks, observing the kids. I was like, I better keep my mouth shut. And I was like, okay, like verb T, healing. Like, BVA should probably have eaten something. And Leaf Talk is probably going to be there tonight. On this spaceship Enterprise. And you know, it's so, like, you might think, Jan, you're fucking crazy. But no, it's them spirits, look it up. Like Bobby Hammond told you. It's them spirits, look it up. Why? Because you, like, yeah, you're like, oh, Jan, you're crazy. You should go to your psychic doctor. I'm like, no, you, sorry for that word, but you retards are fucking late. You're even later than me, which is damn hard to do. Because I'm like a freaking, you know, like I'm like a sloth. But, you know, you have just forgotten about the original things back in the past. You've forgotten about all the mammoths. You've forgotten about the tigers, the dragons. And why? Why, you know, you think these great spirits, which were back then animals, were just like vanished? Yeah, they were like, whatever, you know, they were going down in order to maintain the order. But even in this whole wizard game, you know, the only way to win the game is to not to play the game. which is also then very, boring. But that's why I tell you, wear a raincoat and wear an umbrella when you start to deal with magic. And always maintain the balance. No matter what you do, listen to them 4 hours and drink some piss. That's why and that's like from the bottom of my heart. It sounds maybe very idiotic and crazy, but this is what I would recommend you to do. Now we live in this world of hey, you drink urine and you listen to wisdom. Okay, but now what is the next step? So, all right, I mean, natural order seems to be a great thing. But this gets then also into a specific type of training where not many people are going through in order to be free. Because, then you start to sleep on the streets, you start to build, it's basically always the same story. It's building up and burning down of a phoenix. And that's what you see in Hogwarts, that's what you see in Harry Potter, that's what you see in when you start to deal with magic, that's what you see in everyday life. Be an all-rounder, all around the globe, all around the head. Although this whole thing, in the end, is not even real. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. But I should be careful with what I speak, because then it's happening, Things start to dissolve. But this is when you start to see that reality, how we perceive it. Write these things down. I was writing them down today in the university, by the way. In the universe where I live. Reality is fluid. And through your alchemy, through your diet and your deity, you can alter your state of consciousness, you can alter your state of mind, and so you would see a different image. Now, I should be see, I would guess that there are other living souls. I hope. I get myself dirty with this shit. There is nobody else. But see, this is the, it looks actually damn nice here. This fusion of water and light is here to reproduce itself. It's nice, huh? What should I tell you? I don't know. Reality is fluid, and it's a paradox that basically if I do things for myself, service to self equals service to others, service to others equals service to self. But we could also, draw a line between that, and then it's not happening. I just take care about myself. Here for the world, but I ain't here for myself. But see, this is why it's basically a point of perception. It's a point of consciousness. That if you observe yourself in the mirror, which is true, which is how perception works. If you observe yourself in the reflection, and if you would change your alchemy, for example, you would start to see different things. Now, it seems like I'm so powerful that if I change something, it's happening everywhere. But, this is what my psychologist told me. Hey, you just have it in your DNA. Which is actually stupid. But see, the more you start to activate from your DNA, the more black you become, and the more colorful actually. And then if you become more colorful, you become like a rain lord. But yeah, whatever. Because I really ask myself in this illusion, I really don't want to harm anybody. I don't want to do that. I want to build. I want to, explore and support, like Hufflepuff, And I want to be, goal orientated like Slytherin, but also, flip the Slytherin and become a G-code Gryffindor to be brave, like have a brave heart. And in the end, Ravenclaw, like what are Ravenclaws doing? Why Ravenclaw? Yeah, I mean ravens are like rave. They have fun, But whatever, it's what are you doing with this high state of consciousness? So I see my grandfather in it. I see my dad in it. And I see myself in it. And it seems to be that it's just a tree of life. And it's basically your body, it's your lung. It's what Shivam Kalpa is. So in these humble words, I hope you liked this one. And maintain the balance of substantia nigra. And shamans unite. I love you. Wear a raincoat and get an umbrella. And listen to them for hours.